I'm okay, and this is the Hunter Call of the Wild. It is stupid windy outside, so you're getting a little crash course of some of the newest stuff from Hunter Call of the Wild. There's actually been quite a few new things since the last time I made a video about this. The big one being the map that we're on. This is Salzwiesen. This is a northern German map. Very, very small map. And pretty much focused around almost exclusively upland game birds. There's raccoons and red foxes and the raccoon dog, also known as a tanuki. But yeah, the main jam here is birds. We also got a German pointer, which makes for a rather interesting hunting experience, because the pointer, unlike the golden retriever or the bloodhound, actively seeks out whatever it is that you're looking for. Also, on Salzwiesen, we have one of the bigger draws, this bad boy right here, the trap-in skeet range. That was kind of interesting that they managed to, over the years, incorporate a range for pretty much every kind of shooting you can do in this game. You get to Hirschfelden, you have a rifle range, you head to Parque Fernando, you end up getting a bow range, you can still shoot the crap out of it. And now we have a shotgun range. So I'm going to do a single skeet high real quick, just to kind of show this off. This map also comes with a 10 gauge double barrel over under. But there is also 3 completely new weapons that were added specifically because fans asked for it. So for starters, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual 10 gauge over under that we have here. As you can see, nice hardwoods, choke tubes installed. This does take various optics, specifically the red dot and specifically shotgun scopes. And you know, obviously you can also like do horrible, awful things to it with paint. But these 3 right here are part of the bolt action pack. These are fan requested, and this one kind of messed with me a little bit. For's Elite 300. So I heard that and I thought, 300, okay. 300 Win Mag, right? Wrong. 762 by 33, 300 Blackout. Which I thought was a little weird, because the whole point of 300 Blackout was to put a 762 caliber bullet, similar to the 762 by 39 that the AK shoots, and make a straight wall case that fits into an AR mag, and actually functions reliably. Well, as you can see, this definitely uses an AR mag, very short AR mag. For some reason, it has an A2 flash hider, well, A2 style. It's not entirely right, but close enough. And on what looks to be like a Remington 700-ish action, yeah, that's a 700. Complete with the same dodgy safety in the same place. Okay, but 300 Blackout. There's also this guy. Is in your 450, which is, near as I can tell, a modernized version of the 4570. But otherwise, kind of pretty much plain Jane hunting rifle, right? Then we have our nice big 375 H&H Magnum. I think probably the most interesting thing is about these rifles, considering the fact that they're all basically just the same action, is the different calibers. And now the irritating thing, none of these rifles is actually suitable for anything you're going to find on Salzwiesen. Like, seriously. Take a look at our ammunition. Okay, 300 Blackout. Recommended classes, 3 to 6. 450 polymer tip, 4 to 7. 375 Magnum, 7 to 9. The biggest thing you find on this map is a class 2. And yes, I make it a point to have some kind of AR rifle in my loadout at all times. Because reasons. But anyway, the nice thing about this range is that we've got the ability to do like legit trap and skate. Watch me screw this up. Yep. Got that one. Okay. Now, obviously, this is one of the ranges in the game, so if you're actually standing on the thing, you get unlimited ammunition, and you never actually have to reload. Which is a little weird, but I guess it's just kind of how they coded it. Anyway, the real cool thing about this is that if you are, say, not great at birding, it's like you've tried hunting the birds, and for whatever reason you cannot hit anything unless it's like a goose on the ground, like here. This is actually a really nice way to get a little bit of practice in. Without wasting ammunition and having to waste money on buying birdshot that you're shooting clay pigeons with. It is a full-on trap and ski range. You just come up here to the box and you can figure out, however you want to do it. Single trap, double trap, random sporting, random skeet. Single low, single high, double. All you need to do is grab a shotgun. Okay, single trap, stand on the thing. And there you go. Now let's go ahead and show off the dog a little bit, yeah? Well, actually, first things first, I'm going to get rid of what I don't need. Swap that out with something I can actually use on this map. I find it kind of interesting that I finally actually have a reason to use this 357 Magnum revolver. And the funny thing is, if you actually take a look at the Smith & Wesson website, the makers of this actual gun, kind of done something sitting on top of the thing. If you take a look at this, obviously they kind of funky it over because trademarks, branding, blah, 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 blah. This is actually a Smith & Wesson, I believe, a 629, but from the Performance Center. And this is actually supposed to be a 44 Magnum. For some reason, they made it a 357. Go ahead and clean that up a little bit. Okay. I will clean up the ammunition later. But for right now, let's go ahead and play with the dog. Now, as you can see, this is a dramatic overhaul of the dog interface, where they cleaned it up quite a bit. They made it a little different depending on whether or not you're looking at the dog or not. But, like cleaner, perhaps a bit faster to use. And overall, I think it's actually perhaps a bit more say user-friendly because it's a less cluttered interface. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out into the sticks here and put the dog into search mode. What we gotta do is just run in a direction, and when the dog actually finds a scent, it will make a woof, and it will immediately start sneaking around. All you have to do is just go, and the dog will keep up. This is one of our new scopes. The cool thing about this is that you can actually adjust which reticle you want on it. So we take a look at the other optics. Okay. We can put legit mill dots that you actually know what the range is. So all you have to do is just like keep your 0 like 100 meters. And yeah, 100 meters in the center, 200 the first dot, 300 the next. Yeah, actual mill dots. We take our shotgun. Have a nice little chevron. You can actually customize this to several different reticles. So you can pick and choose whichever one you like. I will say for a shotgun though, this one has perhaps a bit too much zoom even at the lowest levels. And for some reason I always end up like within bad breath range of most critters for some reason. So let's go ahead and stick a nice optic on our miniature hand cannon. Yep, raccoon's running away, okay. When it comes to sniffing out small game, the dog is actually probably better for finding various game birds. Because typically the raccoons will actually see you coming first. Okay, shrubbery. I hear a plane or like a lawnmower or something that's in the game because it is like crazy windy out right now. But in the game I hear something. It's kind of bothering me. Okay, so I found a nice little raccoon zone. No. So we're going to come through with the dog. Hopefully the dog will end up finding something. I know what I heard. Oh, real quick, another thing that they did when it comes to the dog is they overhauled the dog system a little bit. To the point where now you've got your regular traits, but you also now have expert traits, which is unavailable in this dog. But once you get maxed out on one particular job, like for instance the pointing, you can actually you kind of cross-train with one of the other dog traits. So, like, if you've maxed out your Bloodhound as a tracker, you can add Pointer to the dog's repertoire as well. But, okay, dog did find something. Now, when the dog starts tiptoeing through the tulips, that's your cue to get down and do the same. Move slowly so you make less noise. Yep, I hit the tree. Well, either way, dog did their job. I did not do mine. Anyway, yeah, typically, the way the dog works is the dog will find a scent, it'll make a woof, and then it'll start tiptoeing through the grass. And it'll get to the point of pointing. I can actually see what it was pointing at without running the risk of giving the dog a rather unfortunate enema. Anyway, the dog will end up pointing, and from there you can actually, instead of having the dog just point at something, you can give the order to flush. It will actually flush birds out of cover. Now you're probably thinking, why not just shoot it on the ground? Well, most birds you can, but there are a few species in the game where you do not get the trophy for it unless they are in the air, ring-necked pheasant being one of them. There's also the rock ptarmigan in Raventuli Coast, and a couple of others. By and large, though, most birds are totally acceptable for trophies if you take them on the ground. And in the case of geese, you kind of have to take them on the ground because geese do something weird where if they're in the air like that, no matter how good you are, you cannot snipe the geese out of the air. And I think the going theory right now is that basically, if they're in the air, they're not actually like a physically interactable object in the game world until they are on the ground. Okay. Vegetation. I heard you. This is one of those scenarios where I tend to get a little screwed up because once you spot something and it flies off in the trees, I notice it tends to disappear in the foliage, or right at the wrong moment flies behind a tree. You end up finding that one bulletproof stick. noticed is that raccoons tend to be a pain in the butt to hunt. Because they get super cranky. And will spot you coming from a mile away. Whoops. I was going to show that off. That's another cool feature. They added a remote control electronic collar that apparently is based on an actual collar. They actually had a free update a while back that they added a variation. Well, nuts. Anyway, they added an actual, like, real-world collar that uses recorded calls. You can set up to do 2 different calls alternatively. And it uses what's called a fox bang, which means when it detects a gunshot, it stops calling. It's actually pretty cool because this has multiple pre-recorded calls, so you only need to take one caller. It even has calls for things that we don't typically have calls for. That you can take it to Mississippi Acres and actually call in alligators. Before I wrap this video up, I'm going to get a bird one way or another. Pretty sure we're going in the right direction of what I heard. The question is the dog going to be capable of sniffing it out? Okay, there is some critter in these woods that is farting landmines. I've yet to actually figure out what the dog's search pattern is. I think he just kind of zigzags. Oh, scent found. See, the dog finds a scent. You get that little woof. And then follow the dog. Provided, of course, the dog actually knows where it's going. Not gonna lie, this is a little on the random side. We already walked past this and the dog didn't find shit. I think it's kind of funny, the icon for sneaking is like a dog in a ghillie suit. All we gotta do now is teach him how to shoot the 22. They'll end up taking care of the hunt for us. Okay. There we go. Ringneck pheasant. Now from here, I'm going to get a little closer. Okay, and flush. I got him. Alright, that's a goal too. Not bad. Alright, and there we have it. Just a quick crash course on the new shotgun, the new scopes, the new dog, and the new map. Okay, so all I need now is a new lodge. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. I just wanted to cover that in a quick emergency video here because, like I said, the weather outside is absolutely windy as all get out. So, yeah, hopefully next week weather will cooperate and I'll be able to do a proper cigar review. So, that said, that is making noise. No. Alright, that's it. That is pretty much it. So, yeah, if you like this video or any video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you play this game or not. Beyond that, I do have a Twitch channel. I think I'm probably going to stop advertising that here because it's kind of its own thing now. Anyway, it is Sunday to Friday night, 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Well, anyway, see you, birds. Clock's ticking. That's all I got for this one. I will see you all next time.